Hello, everybody.
Hey.
We are so ready for this.
We are so
yes.
ready. I definitely didn't finish
So
eating
ready.
2 seconds before the thing started. I didn't actually finish eating.
What game otherwise?
That's the truth. So, we barely made it.
It's okay. We have Sir Julian in the chat again.
So,
Thank
Julie
God.
Ball. Julie.
Only good to see you as well.
Julie.
There's a really clever bloke in the chat called Ackerz as well that
I
I'd
heard
like to
he
give a
was a
shout out to.
Gentleman.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard only good things about him.
It has been a very busy week for Post Sanity Janet Makes. A very busy week.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
literally just reset the camera about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yes.
So
We have indeed been doing it a lot, haven't we? But
it's been
a lot of data
so much fun.
been recorded.
So much fun.
yeah. I can't wait to see what comes out of it. To be honest, because there's a lot of work still to be done in the background with it. But awesome. I think we'll do a proper sort of like chat about it later, which I think will be quite fun. But for now, we thought it would be nice to have a little chat about this live thingy bob that we did. What the heckins? So you may or may not remember that about 2 days before the anniversary, there was a request put in by a certain Mr. Kyle to put together a live Lasers and Feelings. I mean, what a crazy idea!
Yeah.
But it was just crazy enough to work. Let's be honest.
The pressure on for you.
Yeah, just a little bit. 48 hours
good like
notice is pretty tough. But I thought it went okay. I mean, you guys did all right. I did all right.
It's a crazy one.
It was, wasn't it? I know.
Pretty standard for us, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was really fun, to be honest. It was one of the more enjoyable ones I think I've done.
Yeah, it was fun.
It really was. I thought it was nice to have Kyle with us as well. Obviously, he you won't be aware of this, but he had already actually filmed one with us before. For everybody at home, this was the first time sort of seeing him. So it's quite nice to sort of have him involved with that, which was great. Really.
Can I just say, Baker Me, you were so right. We could have done that.
Yes,
we could have done this in the same room.
I was told this shortly after getting back from packing down gear.
We were together. Yes.
Arrived
on the
back
table.
Here
We could have just
about an hour ago. Spent an hour panicking to reset equipment, whereas we could have just had a nice leisurely
why didn't we do that?
Table
we should have done that.
It didn't occur to any of us that was a thing we could have done.
No.
Whoopsie.
No.
We're just too used to lockdown. That's what it is.
I know.
But anyway,
we re-locked down ourselves, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How stupid. But I mean, it was a productive week anyway. So I don't think I don't think that matters too much. Yeah. As you'd expect, I've put together a few thoughts about what happened within the live Lasers and Feelings. So I've got a few bits to run through, but of course, I wouldn't mind any questions coming in from the chat. So if anybody does have questions as we go along, we'll be more than happy to pick those up, or any comments as well. So yeah, feel free. But my first question, and the first thing that I was going to talk about, was to do with the storyline itself. So why that storyline? what the hell was Borat about? Where did the idea come from? So I suppose mainly I can answer that myself as best I can do. The storyline was actually nicked from something else I was thinking about doing. The idea of somebody boarding their ship was an idea that I'd had for a couple of months, I'd say, at least, and been trying to sort of work into a few different things, and it wasn't quite right for certain situations. And I hadn't really written it fully. I just sort of had it in the back of my mind. But I thought, something like this, it's sort of a standalone, it's something a little bit different. It'd be a really fun thing for once, instead of them having to go out and find the adventure, it would actually come to them somewhat. I thought it worked really well. What do you guys think?
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's mixing it up a bit, making it a different flavour, I guess, is how I put it. It's always good to mix things up. So yeah, for sure. Interesting choice. Why Borat?
Well, because of only having, at the time, what I thought would be an hour. Obviously, I think we went for roughly an hour and a half in the end. I was thinking to use a character that we'd either seen before, which is in fact why I used Madge in the end as the pirate captain, or to use somebody that will be familiar to most people, so there's no need to really flesh out the character too much. I was sort of trying to just try and work out what would be funny, but also everyone would be able to kind of relate to it, understand what was going on, and one of the first things that came to mind was Borat. I just thought, first of all, I can do the accent ish, and and secondly, it just made me laugh, especially when I thought about him having the wife in the box.
Yeah, why didn't we should have guessed that?
Yeah,
I was like, I was pretty sure that it was going to be a person.
I have to say, even if you looked in the cargo box, I wasn't going to let you see exactly what it was. I did mention that it was some sort of livestock or something like that. I just didn't want to give away.
Crate,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't want to give away too much because I wanted that little silly reveal at the end. That sort of came together from that. Really, it was like, there's a little bit of a punchline at the end there, but also it's somebody most people will know, and it's also a voice I could do. So it kind of all came together from that.
Sort of fits our tone as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit silly,
stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I thought that was fun, and sort of I also just decided to come up with the brother at the other end and just basically call him, I think I called him Morat at the end. And because I just thought, well, then I don't have to get another accent sorted. I could just use the same one again. Basically the same guy at the other end.
So you're two Morats.
Yeah. And for once you actually got paid for something. So that was quite nice. You weren't double crossed. I had thought about it. But I decided, no need. Interestingly enough, there was one thread that you guys, I thought about pulling, that you guys didn't, which was if, I suppose kind of you didn't have the choice in the end, was possibly Madge staying alive and becoming a prisoner. Would have been quite interesting. And that was something I'd sort of roughly fleshed out. I didn't have enough time to fully think about it. But
we were pretty annoyed with Madge.
Yes.
Although clearly I wasn't, because I offered him Bovril.
Yes, you did.
But we had never met before at that point.
That is
true.
Actually,
technically, none of us had met him before.
No.
So, yeah.
No, that is true.
We could have done that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we could have done.
It's the
That would have been
parallel universe.
Yeah. The thing is, I would love to bring that back at some point. I thought all those characters were really good fun. it's just nice to sort of have something like that where it's the stakes are a little lower, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I ended up killing them off, it wasn't a huge problem because you've not lost your main characters. You've lost sort of like the extra characters in a parallel universe. I tell you what, that's just made me think. I'd love to do one where they meet each other. How cool would that be?
God, that would be cool.
Oh,
that would be good.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's yours to organise if you want to. Oh
God! Oh my God!
So we need to play 2 characters each.
So you're 2.
So you're 2 characters, or technically, Josh, you're 3 characters.
That could get confusing.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Many characters.
Well, actually, maybe I could do it in a slightly different way. Maybe there's something that each side has to do, and then at the end you meet up, or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, this is all literally just coming to me now. That could be fun. Because I really enjoyed those characters, and I think they're. Yeah, me too. But I think they're worth bringing back at some point. I suppose that brings me on to my next question, which is I wanted to talk about the characters and why you chose them. Why you went for them. I'll tell you what, Ben, would you like to enlighten us as to why you chose a completely different Julian?
It was a difficult choice. Difficult choice of should I stay with Julian?
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time contemplating it.
A lot of soul searching.
So much. I was tired after that. But yeah, I decided to stay with Julian for a change. And I mean, as Space School has been featured quite heavily in the main series of Lasers and Feelings, I thought a young Julian would be quite good. I did consider an old Julian, but then I thought it would be a bit more restrictive being old, because I'd be slow. Whereas a young Julian, I mean, as you know, he had a BMX. He can go very fast.
The BMX is one of my favourite things anyone's brought into the game, I has to say.
Yep, agreed.
I want to bring another BM. Well, I just want to play him again because it makes it so cool. I can just beat everyone because, obviously Julian's probably the fastest BMX rider in the world. How fast do you think he can probably get to 60 miles an hour, maybe?
Oh my God.
Manually, though.
It's like a cheetah.
Imagine his feet.
Yeah. You can always tell a Julian by its spots.
Yeah, so it really wasn't a difficult decision. Although I did leave it till the last minute.
What made you think of the BMX?
Well, would you like to know what it was to start off with?
Yeah.
It wasn't a mode of transport, it was a ferret. And the ferret, I named the ferret. I can't remember what the ferret was called, but I could have just called it Julian, actually, because then Julian could have spoke to Julian.
That seems
but it was a ferret, and then I was like, this might drag things out a bit too much, so I was like, just what do teenagers do? Oh, BMXing. So I got BMX, and then I think that worked out.
You have to
well.
bring in the ferret to one Julian or another at some point, surely.
Oh, what did I call? I called it something. I called it something really stupid.
Well, save it for whenever the ferret turns up. In
It was like a pet ferret, and then you could send him off to do things.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
Did the ferret have a Laser Feelings number?
He's a separate character. Of course.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's really good at shooting. Yeah.
Bovril the ferret.
That's a great call, Baker Me.
I might have called it Bovril. I can't remember. I might have called it Bovril.
Baker Mar.
I'd get confused, wouldn't I?
Baker Mar says here, Ben, you're actually evolving into Bov, which I think I agree with. Yeah, I've noticed it.
I know. We are the same person, so it's fine. Yeah, I know. I'm glad you've noticed. I aspire to be Julian, so I'm happy with that. He's the best pilot.
The best.
The
best.
Yeah, I want to become a pilot now. Yeah, I need to go to space school, and then I'll be all right.
I'm looking forward to visiting Space Cube at some point.
Oh, that's going to be good. And do you think when we turn up, like they don't know, they have no idea who he is?
Oh, 100%.
We were joking about it earlier when we were talking, and I said I'd make him do an assembly. I think that'd be great.
No, what happens if he's not the caretaker or something?
Oh, he's like Goodwill Hunting, but just a janitor.
Oh, it's all the best part of that. Oh yeah. I think at some point, I think we could do that.
Yeah,
That's gotta happen, surely.
Yeah.
Gotta happen.
Oh, surely. Yeah. How about you, Josh? I mean, it was kind of a mixed effort, wasn't it, to bring up your character? But you brought your own flair as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think we decided about 5 minutes before starting the stream that we should throw it to the chat to help me craft a character because it just seemed like a good thing to do, really. So I think how did not death? I think if I remember right, it was a case of I got the accent given and the farmer given, I think, and then someone suggested I have a sickle, and that's where I'm not death, I'm a farmer came from, because it's just like who has a sickle? Farmers and death,
And then you got the cape.
It tracks. Yeah, well, the cape I think I invented on the spot as just like it basically came with it. I'm not death, I'm a farmer. Bit. But I mean that was literally just a thing I came up with on the spot because I was like, why not? It's good to have a bit. So that was my bit.
It's a brilliant sort of little catchphrase for you. It's fantastic. I think I laughed hard every single time you said it because it was really good. I thought it was great. In fact, I don't know if you have it, Josh, but there was a little video we created as a what is it? A tribute, should we say, to Tiberius Relish, top name as well, by the way.
I forgot about the relishes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There'll be more relishes, I suspect.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. We have a little video of the best moments. I created this as what was going to be the start of the YouTube video, but Josh had already uploaded it by the time I got there. So
I was just like, I'll rip it and put it straight on YouTube, and that's what happens.
Yeah. So I thought, why not play it now? So
it's kind of like what's going to happen to this video tonight. Hi YouTube, how you doing?
So if you've got it ready, Josh.
I do indeed. Here we go. And I'm definitely a farmer and not death in disguise.
Mr. Death, over here. How can I help?
Tiberius, all right. It's not working.
Come on now,
it's not
you know
working.
me well enough.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's not working. The video's not working.
No.
I think we're doing that thing again where it just because I loaded it at the last second, probably live. It's just going. What are you doing? So.
Oh no.
Bear with. 2 seconds. You talk amongst yourselves.
I will. Well, whilst we're waiting, I thought it'd be quite interesting to have a chat about the other characters because, first of all, Kyle brought in his character, Edie Schneischerf, I believe, also known as Horror, as he called her. This is a brand new character, which has featured in an episode of Lasers and Feelings, which will be part 3. So we had already met this character, but it was your first chance to actually see her. I thought he brought a very slightly different spin to it, but it was pretty close to what he came up with originally, don't you think?
I think it was pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be honest, they all sort of merge into one.
we have filmed a hell of a lot, especially this week. I know what you mean. Yeah, my head
Yeah,
is still going over what happened this week, but
So
yeah.
is this Kyle's first one to the public?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Right,
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, his first proper Lasers and Feelings is going to be coming out end of this month, start of next month, possibly. I think it's next month.
I think it's next month, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
It'll
actually a fair while away.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 4th of August.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll find out as we get closer. But yeah. That is a good. Yeah, that's a top episode. But before that, I mean, we've got other bits coming up. But yeah, he's already played one with us, and I know he really enjoyed it. That's why, in fact, the reason why he sort of brought up doing the live one, because I think he enjoyed it so much he wanted to do another one as quickly as he could. So I'm kind of glad he did in the end. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a really fun character. I love. I have to say, one of my favourite moments from that is that I sort of was asking about where he gets shot, and I was saying he got shot in the arm, and then realised he didn't have arms because he's an alien. And I sort of said, so what do you have? What do you look like? And he said about how he's got these tentacles, and then it all comes into a point. And I was like, well, in that case, you get shot in the point.
And also, am I right in saying that it's a pilot?
He is a pilot. He is. In fact, he said it in the episode that he is a pilot and a deep space diver. And I don't know 100%. I don't know 100% what that means. So I'm actually giving him some license on that one to sort of work through exactly what that means. Because I think that's really interesting.
It's always interesting having two pilots.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Especially when Julian is on a gun whizzing round.
Yeah.
That was cracking. That's just reminded me, Josh, we didn't talk about your massive gun. I suppose we can come to that later if you like.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we can. I do have the clip queued up again. Hopefully it'll work now.
Give it a go.
We'll find out.
Find out.
Right, let's try again. It's this old game that we play every now and again. Here we go. And I'm definitely a farmer and not death in disguise. Yeah, no. Massive gun.
Well. I'll tell you what, I'll come back to you, Josh, if you like. Give you a few more minutes to work that out.
Just be able to play it off quick time. We'll try it that.
Yeah. Whilst you're sorting that out, though, one of the things I really liked about Edie was the weapon that she brought in, which was a boomerang that had throwing stars in it. Where the heck he came up with that? Because this was nothing. I was given almost no information about what they would be playing, really. So I came into it sort of blind on that side of things. So where he came up with that, no idea. But what a really good idea, and not something that's in the Lasers and Feelings he played with us. So I thought it was an excellent idea.
Yeah, very different, very kind powerful as well.
I know. Kind of a shame it missed actually, because I think he only used it once in the end. But yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. We'll talk about the stick later, I think. But that was interesting, and we'll talk about that a bit later on. The other character, of course,
brilliant,
played by Mr. David. Our first female led or played character, Virginia Longshot. A lovely little tweak on the Virgil Longshot / Vernon, according to you, Ben. And by the way, do I ever love the fact that you put Virgil / Vernon in the...
It's in the YouTube one as well.
I mean, that is trolling to the highest order.
I know. Well, you did get Julian to edit it. So.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
What you get.
Yeah. But yeah, what a fun twist again, and not even just a fun little twist. He completely changed the character. Virgil is very much a sort of straight down the middle, I would say quite a harsh, gruff character, whereas Virginia seemed to be sort of like a softer, easier going, trying to make everyone get along kind of character, always looking out for people. I thought that was really cool. Just a real sort of swapping things around.
Very good accent as well that he did.
I know, right?
Really good. Yeah.
I know. I was really impressed. But the thing that impressed me the most was the umbrella.
That was cool. Yeah, the addition of the umbrella was cool. Yeah. And it actually did stuff as well, didn't it? Like, it defended him. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know he nicked it from the Kingsman, but you know what? Some of the best ideas you get come from from films. To be honest, half of the first episode of Laser Feelings was based around Harry Potter. So
I mean, all of yours are, aren't they?
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, it's more because I'm more influenced by them than I try to make sure that each one is based around a film. It has, I have to say so far, pretty much.
You do need to be careful with the copyright, so you're covering yourself. I like it.
Yeah. But that umbrella, what a good idea, and shooting, but also deflecting as well. I think it took 2 or 3 hits on the umbrella in the end. So really, really clever idea. I thought it was brilliant. How are we doing, Josh?
We can try again.
Ooh.
Should we try one more time?
Okay, let's
Give it a
try
go.
one more time. And here we go. And I'm definitely a farmer and not death in disguise.
Mr. Death, over here. How can I help?
Tiberius, did you not hear him say that?
Come on,
Sorry.
Chip. Come on now, Chip. You know me well enough. My name's Tiberius and definitely not Death. It's because I'm definitely not Death. I'm a farmer.
Murder.
Murder. No, not murder. I'm a part of the natural process.
Tiberius, definitely not Death. What are you doing?
I'm definitely not Death. I'm a farmer. You know, I'm actually a farmer, and I'm here to farm your souls. Hey, there it is. I think that worked for everyone, maybe.
Here we go.
That is a brilliant clip. Well done.
I'm really pleased that we managed to show that because, it was... Like I say, it was quite fun to put together. So I'm pleased we managed to get that
put it
out
up
in the
on
end.
YouTube as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
Here to farm your souls.
Farm your souls. I totally forgotten I said that.
So why did you decide to go with a big gun, Josh?
'Cause funny. Very much. I was like, well, because I have a bit of a thing with the local traders, shall we say, as part of Lasers and Feelings, as we have witnessed in both released episodes or parts of episodes so far. Or have we actually? No, we haven't. I was like, I get confused. We've recorded a lot. And I was just like, well, I don't want to do the same thing, which is stealing stuff off the trader. So let me just buy something. And what's the most ridiculous thing I could buy? A massive gun. And that's essentially all that was. It was just like, what would I buy if I was just going to buy something? And the most obvious thing is a huge gun.
I love how you still had to add your own little twist to it by buying it with a soul.
Yes.
You couldn't pay normal money for it, could you?
No.
I forgot about that.
That was a bit that I think I was thinking about as soon as. Well, I mean, it's just an extension of the I'm not Death, I'm a farmer, and then everything tells you that it is actually Death. So that was just again, 'cause funny. And then also, I loved that you decided that the trader's wife had recently died, and was like, "Babe, can I trade you this gun for my wife's soul?"
had to give it a go. As soon as you said, "Oh, you know my wife," I was like, "Hold on a minute. How does he know the wife?" How could I not?
That was very funny. I mean, I think that's the joy of Lasers and Feelings and stuff like that, is that you can just create outrageously stupid bits of comedy like that. They like it's totally illogical and it doesn't work, but it's very funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, talking about illogical, I mean, what about the bit where two become one, and there's two people? Well, there's me stuck to a gun.
Yeah.
Superb.
Which doesn't make sense at all.
No.
But it was just hilarious.
Just imagine the physics of it, right? Because it's this massive gun. It's presumably like 7 or 8 feet long and like really wide, stuck through, I'm assuming, the wheel of a BMX, on which is a human person rotating at extreme RPM. Like that's taking
very
up.
strong.
You probably need a good 15 feet of space for that to happen.
But I love what I love the most about it is that Edie almost crashes the ship into your Bovril petition, friends, which we will come to. Don't worry. And it's you as Bov that has to save the ship while spinning round in a machine gun. It was just so funny, and you managed to do it as well. Oh god!
I know. Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah, it really is, but so good. And Baker, I totally agree. The Tiberius catchphrase is absolute perfection. I certainly agree. I certainly agree.
Need to bring him
all
back.
You need for a fun character really is, a bit and a catchphrase, and that's.
Well, it worked. It worked. Should we talk about the Bovril incidents and the petition itself? So. What? Talk me through.
Wow. We start with the Bovril.
Please.
Well, I think it was your friend that said Bovril.
It was. It
sounds your friend. I don't know if you want to say his name, but
no, I won't. But he knows who he is, and he just said, "Oh, yeah." Wouldn't it be funny if Bov had Bovril? And you kind of ran with it a bit, didn't you?
I took it quite far, yes.
It's kind of our thing, isn't it?
It was, basically. This is all he eats now is Bovril, and he also drinks Bovril. Gin and Bovril, and then Bovril. I think he puts Bovril on toast, but it's powder, isn't it, Bovril? So he's putting powder on toast?
No, it's kind of like Marmite.
That's Vegemite, though, isn't it?
No. That's Bovril as well.
Wait, so it's a paste?
Yes, a paste.
And then you melt it
I think
down?
you can. No, you don't. I mean, if you're trying to make gravy, you just put it in with hot water. But it's basically just a paste, kind of like Vegemite or Marmite, but made of beef instead of yeast extract, I think.
I'm not sure if I've had it before.
I have. It's not bad, but only if you like Marmite. If you don't like Marmite, don't.
I do like Marmite, but I don't know if I want watered down Marmite.
No. That's if you want to make it into a gravy. Anyway, we've gone slightly off topic.
That is us, though. So that's where Bovril came from, and then as it happens with these things, it just goes,
inch to a mile,
pretty far-fetched. Yeah, and
to its logical conclusion, shall we say?
Which is me offering it to match.
I was waiting. I mean, I was waiting for so long, thinking, and where's the attack coming? Is he poisoning him? What's he doing?
Your reaction was brilliant. I was like, are you going to attack? And I was like, no. I'm offering the Bovril. And you're like, you're going to offer him the Bovril. Because you were like, you need to kill this guy. And I was like, no, I need competition's more important here. And getting...
He's a man who appreciates his trade.
And the fact that the petition got signed by every person that you asked, which really annoyed me, because I was trying to make it a harder and harder role And every single time you were hitting it. In fact, a couple of times you hit laser feelings, and I was just like, "What do I do?"
I think
What
the
do I
rest
do?
of the time I rolled really badly, but the petition rolls, brilliant rolls, and
You got-
just what was it?
12 people
I like
signed
how the first time I got people to sign it, I BMX'd up to people and then fell off my bike,
Oh yeah.
and then they signed the petition.
it.
Very poor rider. Very good
Dear.
at charming people.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
cute.
Yeah.
sort of, runs parallels with another character, doesn't it? Not Julian. Yeah.
Oh, Baker.
Okay.
Baker
a
me.
challenge.
I have
Interesting.
actually had it before, and it's not bad.
Well,
I mean, to be honest,
a
of all the
tasting
things you
session.
could do a tasting session for, I'm sure that's probably fine.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's nothing special. It's fine. But yeah, if you guys ever want to,
Not particularly.
yeah. No, I didn't think so. No.
No, Julian
But,
does, but not me. Yeah.
I thought the petition actually worked incredibly well, especially. I was worried for a moment. I was like, so you're not going to attack, so I'm going to have to be really careful that everybody else doesn't die straight away because, if he's not going to do any attacks. But in the end, it worked out so well anyway. It was just like, I just sort of ran with it and I loved it. I loved every
you
moment.
should have known that as soon as you brought Madge into it, Madge would be used as a human shield.
Of course. It was going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, my mum came up with the idea for the petition. Because I think my first idea was I'm going to make a gang. Because I was thinking...
Bottle gang.
A bottle gang, yeah. And then what was it? I did have another one, but then I was like, sign a petition? Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Well, the original was that you were going to start a band, wasn't it? I thought that was bloody hilarious.
Yeah. I think I need to go back to that. 'Cause that could be interesting. Yeah.
Really good. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I sort of feel that the band you could carry on, but I think the petition, if you carried on doing the petition, it might get a bit annoying.
great. Yeah.
There comes a point where
Maybe on one
surely you've got enough signatures.
And then you've got Bovril to be one of your 5 a day, or
What I
5
want
of
to
your
know
1 a
is
day.
where was the petition going to? Like, who is it for? Who are you
Good
petitioning?
question. I think it was just for his own satisfaction.
So wait, it wasn't a petition; it was market research.
Potentially. I
It
mean,
was
I
doing
got
a
all their
focus
information.
group.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
Brilliant, though. Brilliant. Yeah. So I suppose we come on to the fight itself. That was quite tasty, wasn't it? It was sort of quite a meaty fight compared to ones that we've had before. And to be honest with you, I hadn't planned on it being that meaty. It just sort of ended up being that way. There was a lot of sort of missed shots and people trying different things and petitions being signed. So
Usual things.
yeah, so it sort of went a bit longer than I was hoping for, but I thought it actually kind of worked out quite nicely. But I mean, there were for me there were two, no, maybe three, maybe even four big moments for me actually out of that fight that I really enjoyed. The first bit was actually in the earlier video of Tiberius saying, "I'm going to farm your souls." I thought that was bloody hilarious, especially considering you were covered over for a period as well. I thought it was great. So Julian on the bike, ramping up, trying to go into the other ship. I had no plan for that. I'm actually quite glad that you made it into quite a big thing, because originally I was going to probably let it happen, but then you sort of turned it into other moves and stuff, and I thought, I can't really let
why
you
did I do that? It would have been so cool if I'd have got onto their ship.
Yeah, but I was sort of
shouldn't
thinking
have done the trick.
I can't let you do so many things in one turn. I thought it was maybe being a bit unfair to the rest of the guys.
Let's face it,
but-
though. That's what Julian would have done.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So-
you are the character that will push boundaries the most in that sort of way. So I get it. The throwing of the gun I thought was really good as well because somebody else caught it. I thought that was great.
Useless gun. It didn't work.
Well, it did technically work.
Maybe it's because it had a bike on it.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Now that I think about it, that makes total sense. Yeah, it wasn't very accurate because there was a bike on the end of it going. Blah, 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 blah.
Actually, no. Hold on. I got the bike off somehow because I started.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
You did.
Don't know how that happened.
Logic and physics doesn't really apply. Let's be honest.
No. Who needs that?
Nah.
But can you guess what my favourite part of that fight was?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it something? Was it the umbrella?
No, actually, that was a really good moment, though. I should have added that in as well. The umbrella was an excellent moment, but there was a moment in the middle.
Oh, I think I know what it was. Was it something to do with? Was it with Madge?
It was something to do with Madge.
Was it Madge talking out of the jar?
Yeah, to be honest, it was kind of partially that. It was the moment of the stick, and I said we come back to it because holy hell, did Kyle put me in a conundrum there, eh? Bloody hell! I mean, the thing is, if we were playing not live, I don't think I'd have let him have the game-breaking stick that he asked for. Because I was thinking this is pushing so many boundaries, but it just seemed like so much fun at the time. I was just like, screw it. When he bought it, I thought, I'll kick the can down the road. I'll deal with that later. I'll come up with an idea. And then we got to the fight, and he mentioned it, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't come up with an idea. So he's brought the stick out, and I'm just like, holy hell, what do I do here? And then I looked at you for a second, Josh, and you were doing some stupid motion or something. I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. And the soul coming out and then heading over to Tiberius was awesome.
I thought that was so great. It's the beauty of the kind of improv nature of things in that from literally from nothing, from a character designed by the chat and someone getting a stick off of a trader, you can create a moment where death harvests souls on a spaceship.
I mean,
yeah, that was good thinking. Well done.
Yeah,
really great.
But how do you plan? This is the thing, though. How do you plan for something like that? You just
don't.
You can't. You literally can't.
You just can't.
No.
Yeah, I am genuinely so pleased with that moment. But I just, you are right. There is nothing that would make you ever think that that's going to happen.
But that's probably why it's better, because it's not planned.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because none of the stuff
So
we
true.
do is planned.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
and that's
So
why it's
true.
so crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I quite enjoyed, as you said, speaking as Madge in the bottle as well. I mean, technically he was dead, so he shouldn't have been able to do that. But I was just like, no, I'm going to have some fun
technically
with this.
Derek was dead as well, but it didn't stop Derek.
Yeah.
Didn't stop Derek. It's not going to stop Madge.
Hell yes. Oh yes. So there you go. You've got a Madge spirit now.
Technically, I suppose if we're in the same universe as the others, I've got two Madge spirits.
Yeah.
two
God. That end of that first Madge fight, like from the first Lasers and Feelings of you just stumbling around and treading on him, was just it was so good. It was just the perfect amount of ridiculous. That's what I loved about it.
It's just an
He had a
ignominious
good
end for that character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
He dies well, Madge. He's got a couple of good ones.
Oh yeah,
being
I guess
sucked into a jar.
he breaks the cane in half, and it hasn't been fixed yet. So
That's a good point. I should
Yeah.
have fixed it.
Yeah, I don't
Although
know.
It has been used since.
Yeah.
For good. For good.
As you know, Ben, I after you uploaded the YouTube video for this first Lasers and Feelings, I came to you telling you that my favourite bit was the very first 3 seconds of you going two canes, because it was just so unexpected. That's genuinely one of my favourite moments. It wasn't when we filmed it, but now watching it back and seeing it as like the bit right at the start.
Do you know what I've just thought?
Mm-hmm.
I think that is actually in part 2.
No, that's in part 1.
It's in part 1. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right. Because when I was selecting those, I didn't take into consideration if they're in part 1 or 2.
Part 1. It's the moment where you poke Virgil in the knee to try and move him away from you, and then you decide to stand your ground.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I mean, do we want to take a couple of minutes just to talk about part 1? Obviously, I think we'll go into it more during our next chat, where we'll actually go through part 1 and 2 together, because I think that would be more interesting. But I mean, there's one thing we can probably talk about that was quite actually probably maybe 2 things we can go into a little bit.
Yeah, 2 things I think.
The first one, I mean, poor Virgil. First of all, Vernon, superb. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, we don't like each other.
Can I just check that? Was that premeditated? Did you guys chat about that beforehand?
No, definitely not. No. It first started. Well, I called him Vernon. I don't think I actually forgot his name. I did it to annoy him. But
yeah,
let me just say, and I'm not Julian right now. He started it. He tried to push me off the roof.
I think he tried. I think you were calling him Vernon, and that annoyed him, and then that's why he tried to push you.
I mean, I didn't try to murder him, though.
I mean, it's quite an extreme escalation. It's fair to say.
Yeah.
But it's quite funny.
It led to
it was
one of my favourite things ever. Probably my favourite thing that we've done. So far.
Yes, I agree. I think we'll go into that a bit more next time. But honestly, what a brilliant idea. And my other favourite moment, I think, is probably the bouncy castle, which I thought was great. I had not planned for that to be there. So,
by the way, the freaking coronavirus bouncy castle.
Yeah,
not just any bouncy castle.
Yeah. Well, that kind of shows you how I did not plan for it to be there, because it was just whatever came to my mind first. That was so funny. And of course, you found God, from that moment as well.
Yeah, certainly did.
Well, I mean, much more Jeffrey to come next episode. That is fair to say.
Oh gosh. Should we talk about the next episode very quickly? Just in regards to, what can people expect? I mean, I take it that the Virgil Vernon Bov thing is settled now. There's definitely nothing more happening there.
We actually make up right at the start of part 2. We make up, and he apologizes. No, it escalates,
I forgot about
and
that.
there's some blood spill.
There's already some blood spill.
More blood has been spilled.
So good.
And I mean, there's. I mean, for me, I know there's a moment that made me laugh so much in regards to one of the NPCs.
I know. I think I know which one you mean.
Something that happens which brings them. I mean, so much more to the fore than I was expecting.
There's so many.
There were some dreadful rolls.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'd forgotten about that, and I just that brings me out. There's so much to. Honestly, this episode, this 2-parter, I do think is the funniest that we've done. Certainly the funniest everyone will have watched of the 3 that we've shown so far. That the heist itself is just beautiful.
Would you and also just so you're pre-warned and you can look out for it, look out for how annoyed Rob gets sometimes. It's quite funny.
I'm gonna have to look myself, because obviously I'm sort of doing things and running things. So I've said to these guys before. I think I've said it to you, Ben, in particular. I am in sort of like a fugue state when I'm running it, because I'm in two different worlds. I'm in the world that you guys are in, but I'm also in the world of trying to get the next thing ready, and trying to set up the next thing. And then if you guys go off script and do something I'm not expecting, I have to then try and set that up at the same time. So I sometimes don't really remember what happened. And when I'm watching it back, first of all, I have no idea what I look like, because I can't see myself. But it's funny to see the things that I maybe missed before as well, or something that I reacted to that I couldn't even remember that I reacted to at the time. It's so funny to watch.
I won't say which bit it is, but there is a certain bit where you ask a question probably about 5 or 6 times to try and prompt us to do something, and we just don't do it.
I remember now.
I don't remember.
I
Just
remember.
completely just go, no.
I totally remember now. Yes. Let's say it's a particularly important part of the heist.
Yes, it is one of the stages of the heist.
Oh, yes, I remember now. I remember.
Very, very funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so looking forward to it, and it's coming out Wednesday on Twitch. Am I right?
So it's worth saying that from now on we are switching days to Wednesdays, because we kind of feel like everyone likes to have their weekends and stuff. So we're going to be releasing Post Sanity Plays on Wednesday, starting from next week Wednesday, which is the 7th. I definitely didn't have to just look that up. So starting from next Wednesday the 7th, you will see the second half of the heist at the museum, which is quite something. And then it'll be the proper recap for that, both parts of that episode, the week after that. And then
I would also say that in part 2, probably the most action happens in this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I think so.
A lot of action.
There's a lot of action.
If you were going to make one into a film, this would be the one.
Yes.
I think it would be. I think you're right.
Let's not make it into a film.
I would love to see that. I just don't know how you'd ever film something like that.
No.
No. Do we want to, lads, before we finish up, have a quick chat about what we've done this week?
We probably should, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Because
what have you been up to then, Josh?
Well,
Did you Well, did you have a go?
I had a little go at being a dungeon master / games master. What does GM stand for? Is it games master?
Games master, okay. It is.
Similar difference. So we very happily all got together in a room. All 5 of us on Wednesday of this week, including David, who was down from Scotland, visiting London, and we played a very special new game, which we have since decided probably won't be released until next year. So never mind. And we also did a double episode of Dungeons and Dragons with David DMing live in person together on camera, and it was fucking amazing.
So
wasn't
cool.
it? Wasn't it just?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Do you know? I will say, up until this point, my favourite episode had been episode 2 of Lasers and Feelings, and now it's that Dungeons and Dragons that we did. Very closely followed by what we did with you, Josh, because both of them were superb. Honestly,
there's nothing quite like just being able to sit in a room with each other and play the game. You can't beat it. And I think we've done a pretty good job of filming it fairly professionally.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
I'd say so.
I've not had a chance to look
Yeah.
back yet, but I will do this later.
well, I've looked at it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah, just the most fun we had, and I think you'll very much enjoy. Well, you're going to see Dungeons and Dragons first, and that'll be September.
It's going to be the 21st, I believe. Oh, sorry, no, we're talking about the Dungeons and Dragons we just filmed, aren't we? Which is
Yeah.
actually a few weeks after that. Apologies.
Yeah.
We
think that might
yeah.
even be September or very late August.
Yeah.
I forget where we're at with our schedule.
Look out for it.
Quite way behind. We will be releasing stuff on social media. We've took a few photos and things, so you'll see bits and pieces of behind the scenes before you see episodes. We decided literally today in our in-person meeting earlier, which was me collecting kit, and then we just had a chat. We are probably going to release my thing as a mini series in the future, because there is still, we didn't quite finish it. It's a one story. It's not exactly a one shot. It's a one story, shall we say, which will probably last a few episodes. I know, shocking, right? And we'll release that at some point in the future, probably next year, just because of how we want to try and record all parts together in person, and we've got to wait for everyone to be in town again, because it just makes sense. And then you'll have a whole story released over a couple of weeks, as opposed to the ongoing thing. But tons and tons more Lasers and Feelings to come, tons more Dungeons and Dragons, including the couple of live episodes that we recorded yesterday. And I hope that we get to do lots more live stuff in the future together in person.
Definitely.
Because
you
can't beat it.
You really can't.
You can't beat
And
it.
I mentioned to Josh, we can do it. We can do one in person and live on the internet as well.
Yeah, a live stream, live in person thing, which would be just amazing. We had a little chat about how to do it, and I think we can do it. So we're definitely going to try and do something like that, because I think it'll be amazing. It's so much fun to do, and I hope so much fun to watch as well. So yeah, I'm knackered. It's been a week full of stuff, but
yeah, we're all a bit tired, I think, but I think it was worth it, to be honest. What we got out of it was worth the effort we put in, definitely.
100%. And I am going to come off here and, well, I'll probably stick the football on, but I'll also I'm going to have a look at that footage, because I'm really excited to see it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, the dice cam worked out pretty well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, dice cam.
It'll need to be a bit smaller, but it's I think I'll add to it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so great.
It was, yeah.
Well, you're starting editing now, aren't you, Ackerz, pretty soon?
Yes. So I've just finished Dungeons and Dragons episode 2. So you're 2. So that just needs to be rendered out, and it's good to go. So that will be releasing on the 21st, I believe. So that'll be interesting. And then, I'll be starting on the Dungeons and Dragons that we filmed in person, which I cannot wait for, because I've really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to watching it back.
I think that's going to be on the 18th of August. That releasing.
That sounds about right. Yeah, something along those lines.
Just doing very quickly, looking at the calendar. Anyway,
I really want to see that one as well.
Yeah, it'll be in a while, but it's.
Can I just say something? There will be a lot of work, but will be hilarious. And I know I'm sort of putting my foot in it here, but it would be really cool to have a highlights of all the funny moments. Actually, you know what we could do to make it easier is each of us just pick our favourite moment, and we could get other people to select their favourite moments, and then we can just go through and select the moments and put them together in a montage. Which wouldn't be that difficult, because it meant you wouldn't have to watch it all.
Yeah. What, from D&D and Lasers and Feelings, or one for each?
We could do one for each, I think, because that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
Shall
Sounds
we,
good to me.
Unless there's anyone else has anything else, shall we wrap up for the night?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Uh,
thank you.
yes, thank you very much for watching. And I am so looking forward to seeing episode 2, part 2, Plays and Feelings. It was already crazy in part 1.
It's so
It
worth
just it goes further
Yeah.
in part 2,
It's so
and
worth
I
yeah.
bloody love it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so good.
It gets yes.
Stuff
It's
happens.
good.
Things happen.
Oh,
yeah.
things definitely happen, and also things don't happen. To Rob's annoyance.
That is true. That is true.
So yes,
Yeah.
join us very soon for that, and we will see you in a couple of weeks for a recap of that live.
Absolutely.
In the
Should be fun.
flesh type thing. All right.
See you guys.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.